I got to got to address something that really, one of those things that really bothers me about my job. Not many things do. This one does, and it's dealing with ignorance. And the term ignorance is bliss does not apply to your marketing. If you want to know more about that, go to BLKBOX.media. You know, call us up, set up an appointment, let us come out and talk to you. Let me come out and talk to you. Let me help you with your goals, your business, and what you're doing. What frustrates me most is shotgun marketing and people trying to do this. I'll just do a little here and I'll do a little there, and hopefully that little bit will work and then turn into something and we'll get the fire going. And you know, it just doesn't work that way. You know, you have to have smart marketing goals. You know, you have to be very specific about what you're trying to do. It has to be a measurable goal. You know, you have to be able to say, hey, if I look back at this thing in a couple of months, is it actually working for me? Is it achievable? Can I actually do what I want to do? Am I capable of doing it? And I know we're, as a company, Black Box is capable of taking care of your marketing and doing pretty much anything you need done when it comes to marketing. And you know, as long as it's in our wheelhouse and it's what we're not going to go and do stuff that we don't typically do. But you know, the bottom line is that has to be measurable. You have to be able to extract some kind of data back out of that particular situation. And you know, that bottom line is then it has to be achievable. You know, and going back to that, you have to be able to think, do we have the resources to do it? You know, is now the time to do it? Is, you know, if you have a seasonal business or your business not 24/7, put yourself in the position of your buyer. You know, what are they thinking about right now? Okay, so we're right in November right now. They've already skipped past Thanksgiving for whatever reason. They've moved on to Christmas. So not a bad thing, I don't think. I like Christmas, one of my favorite holidays. But, you know, they've moved on. Their minds have moved on as a large block of people onto Christmas. They're thinking about Christmas. And along with Christmas comes what? They got their bills to pay. They got extra expenses. You got all these things that you have to do that you're not normally doing the rest of the year. So think about that. Then you get to the end of the year and they have to pay taxes, right? They got to start getting some personal property tax stuff done, things like that. So put yourself in the mind of that. Make sure that what you're doing is achievable. That's primarily, I think, one of our major goals is to sit down with a client and really ask that question honestly. You know, is this achievable? I'm not in the business to sell you something. I'm in the business to help you. I'm in the business to help your business, build your brand, get your name out there. Make sure you're doing the right things the right way, squeezing every dollar out of your marketing plan, which if you don't have a marketing plan, then you're just planning to fail. I hate to throw a bumper sticker out there at you, but that's the truth. And then when you get down to it, it has to be time sensitive. So in what time frame do we want to achieve these goals? You know, that's a measurable thing too. You have to put a dot at the end of the thing and say, if we don't get this out of it, then there's no point in doing it. I'm never afraid of that. When clients come back to me, sometimes they say, well, nobody responded to our digital advertising. Well, I know that they weren't asking people that were coming through the door if they saw the digital advertising and came in and, you know, responded to that. I know that for a fact because even if you train your people to do it, most of the people at the front desk are not going to ask that question. They're not comfortable asking that. That does come down to training. So specific, measurable, achievable, right? You got to make sure that it's achievable and then time sensitive. You know, and if you want to talk more about that, if I can help you with that, I'm happy to do that. Call me, 636-300-9000. The bottom line is if you don't do this, ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance when it comes to your marketing will cost you thousands of dollars. It'll cost you more money than you could possibly imagine because marketing is your true black hole of your business. It's something that you do in order to gain more business. So if you're not doing it right and you're not doing it effectively and you're not paying attention and you really don't have it into a regular routine, I would say start small. You know, if you're thinking, hey, I'm not quite sure I got the money to do this, then start small, be regular, be consistent with your messaging. Right now, be consistent with your messaging. Know your audience. Is Facebook the right place for a certain type of business? Is YouTube the right place for a certain type of business? Instagram, other things. You got to know the answers to these questions, and you can't just leave it up to somebody who's an amateur. You really have to go and pay some particular attention to this part of your market if you want to grow your business, if you want to use marketing to grow and increase maybe revenue streams or do more. So I'm ready and willing to do it. I hope you got something from this. Be smart about your marketing. Stop being stupid.